Hey YouTube friends, I'm a dad of two kiddos. Being a dad is not easy. That's why I wanted to start this podcast to help other dads. Grab a drink and enjoy the show. Thank you. Hey YouTube daddies and lurking moms. Today I have a good friend of mine, my neighbor Jeremy.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Jeremy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your kiddos?
Yeah. So my name is Jeremy Braden. I lived in this community since 2017. I've got two kids and a wife. Been with my wife since we were 18. 37 now.
Dang.
That's been a long time. Got married after 2 years. So we've been married since I was 20.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do your kids like to do?
So my kids are 11 and my daughter's about to be 8 in like 7 days.
Okay.
So my daughter just does whatever. She's into like cinnamon roll, Hello Kitty, those Labubus that I'm always trying to find her because they're so hard to find. My son typically just into hanging out with his friends now. He's like that at that
Okay.
age. And then he's kind of like tending to kind of branch off and want to stay home more and video games, online stuff. It's weird because I remember playing video games as a kid and I just wanted to play the game.
Okay.
Now that they have all this online stuff, they're like on VR. They're on their PS5.
I'll have some
Roblox.
questions for you regarding that
Dude,
in a
he's,
bit.
He's all in love with that. Like him and his friends play these. You just see him running in the room with his hands, and it's fun. Typically that's what he's into.
Okay, heck yeah. So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna read a couple stories, really simple, and let me know what you think. My dad and brother built a car with their bare hands from a kit. Do you have anything you've built with your kid, or anything that you're like, hey, me growing up? I know we touched where your dad worked earlier.
Correct.
But how did that affect you?
So typically, like me and my dad, he used to take me out to jobs with him. So my dad's always done a lot of side work when we were a kid. It was kind of for a while there, for years, like he didn't really work.
Okay.
So
It was mostly mechanic work?
Correct.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I would tell pretty much hand him tools.
Yes.
Me and my son, I haven't really got him to that point yet of helping me out, but Legos all day. He loves Legos. We're always building Legos. It's like, I've always told myself, like, that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
The wife gets kind of like, dude, those things are expensive. I was
They
like,
are.
yeah, but I'd rather have him building this, you know? At least he gets some kind of a skill, like building stuff. Like he loves them. It's something that really interests him. And it's like, for him to be able to follow the instructions is like a big thing to me because most things have instructions nowadays. So if he can actually understand how to look at the picture and distinguish the difference and be able to actually...
Because that's what the instruction is, yeah.
Correct.
It doesn't tell you put this here. It's like, hey, find the difference.
Correct. And then it just kind of helps him, I think, growing up because everything nowadays is getting kind of dumbed down. You don't really have to think. They kind of just, here, do this.
Did you play with Legos?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I honestly couldn't afford them when I was a kid.
Going back now, you said that he likes to play with Legos. Is he the type of kid that builds them and plays with them like that? Or will he take it apart and start making other things?
No, he typically he'll build them and play with them like that.
Okay.
So he wants a specific one, and then once he builds it, well, 75% of the time it's me building it for him. I don't know whether it's just lazy or it's...
See, you got to play with Legos?
Yeah, a little later in life, right? I think that's probably why I like buying them.
That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, Legos all day in our house, everywhere.
All right. Let's go to the next one. My dad was a truck driver. He wasn't home often, but the days he was, he made the most of it.
So I want to say that kind of had to do with when I worked out at the warehouse because I was not home a lot.
Okay.
I was constantly working. It was like 6-7 days a week. When I worked at Green Valley, it was fun. I got sad because I couldn't see him when I wanted to see him. So when I was there, we typically try to do something. And it's just like my job now. So when I get sent out of county, I spend weeks out there, you know. I get to FaceTime the kids every night, but that's it. So when I come back, typically, or actually right before I leave too, we try to just always go out and do something with the kids, do something with the family. Sometimes I don't get the chance because they just, hey, you get your own number, start headed towards San Bernardino, wherever you're going,
It's got to be quick.
Yeah, you just come get your out of county bag. So we pretty much have everything packed.
Ready to
grab
go.
our bag and let's go.
Oh,
But
okay.
every time, dude, every time I'm always trying to, like, wherever I'm at, I tend to try to get something for them. And so I bring them back like a surprise. And then when we get back, we try to go do something and take them to the trampoline park. We'll take them to the beach, like whatever we can. Take
Yeah.
mom out.
When you're here, you try to make it count.
Correct. And even now, like me and my wife, we try to spend days together. Like pretty much every Sunday, we go out kind of up and down the valley and try all these little coffee shops.
Okay.
So that's just a thing. We just drive for like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours just
That's
to
cool.
go and
It's your thing.
try a coffee shop.
Yeah.
The kids hate it. They're like, why do we have to drive like 2 hours to
For
just
coffee?
try coffee? Yeah. But mom likes it, so that's all that matters.
No. Yeah. What do you enjoy most about being a father?
There's a lot, but most, I think just coming home, seeing them, like it's kind of weird. Like my daughter, I mean, even though she's about to be 8, she still kind of like comes out and greet me at the truck. And
That's right.
my son, he's just like usually hi dad, now, but it's kind of cool just to be able to come home and just see them. I think that's mostly what I like. I like making them happy. So like me personally, I tend to like to do things just for them.
Gotcha.
Like I just want to take them out and I get happy just seeing them happy. It's weird. Like typically you want to go do something once in a while or do what you want to do. I typically never do that. Like it's either I go somewhere for either my wife or for my kids. Like I personally I don't really care what I do as long as they're happy.
Yeah. I like that. Well, now with that said, what would you say has been your hardest moment as a father, as of right now? Because obviously we're all going to have different stages. Your kids are young. What has been like a harder moment or something that's hard for you?
Well, I can either talk about how like some problems that I was having at my son's school, or like right before I became a dad. So
Let's talk about those. I like those.
My wife, she got pregnant, and I think I got scared. I think I ran. I think I had like a midlife crisis of like 25. I think I mentioned like we were always good. We were always together. We've always done everything together since high school. I mean, we hung out every day. We go out pretty much every day off because she used to work with me at Burger King.
Oh, no way.
So I was a manager there, and then she ended up working there. I think she worked there for like a month, and then we started dating, so she had to find another job. So we got
hey, you got to go.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's not gonna work. Either you or me, and I get paid more here. So
That's funny.
so we did that, and then but when my wife was pregnant with my son, I don't know. I thought I was ready for it, and then I think it kind of hit me that like things were gonna change. I'm not gonna be able to go out do what I want to do,
Oh, yeah.
and I think I just ran.
It's a scary, dude. Just thinking about it is scary.
I don't even think I really thought about it. I just reacted.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't think I really thought like my life is gonna change, so now I don't want this. It was just I think my actions started to show that,
Okay.
and so I actually was an idiot and I left for a little bit. I left for 3 months. It wasn't too long, but I left. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So, but after those 3 months, like thanks to her, she's a blessing. Like I can't believe she forgave me for all that crap, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, I spent years trying to make it up to her.
Oh, dang.
Like I talked to her parents, apologized to her whole family. I go way out of my way for all her family. Like my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, they live with us. So
Okay.
my father-in-law has a bunch of problems. He has Parkinson's. He has a bad prostate. He's had a bad valve in his heart. He's had multiple like medical issues, and Parkinson's never gets better. It's only going to get worse. So typically, all his appointments and stuff and all his medications, typically I handle. Like I take care of, I drive him to like 99% of his doctor's appointments.
Okay.
I make them and schedule them on my days off. And
Yeah.
I'll make sure not to pick up overtime just so I can take him to those. That's my way of showing, like letting her be able to relax, and making sure she knows she doesn't have to be worried about
I hope
it.
she's watching,
Yeah.
I hope she gets to watch this. Are you there?
Yeah. No, she knows. She's always been great. Like she's real quiet, but she's real loving.
Nice.
It's a trip. Like when you actually talk to her, she's kind of more like on the, oh, hi, smile, and goodbye, smile, But
Yeah.
I actually had a friend of mine once. He's like, hey, your wife's really quiet, because he's known her for years too. He's like, yeah, your wife doesn't really talk. I was like, you know what, dude? To be honest, she I don't care that she doesn't talk to you as long as she talks to me. She talks
That's
to me.
all that
Fine,
matters.
that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
That's funny.
And I think this was like last year, and the little boy jumped on top of the boy. Right, wouldn't let him go. And my son and his two other friends, they were trying to get him off him. He just would not get off of him. So my son grabbed the jump rope and hit him in the leg.
Oh, no way.
So I guess this kid, he's a bigger kid.
Like whipped him.
Yeah.
Ah.
And so he got up and he started to try to chase my boy, but my son turned around and whipped him again in the leg, and then he kind of stopped. And so we had this big old incident. I was talking to his teachers and the vice principals and the principal, and it was just one of those things where he ended up like, he was defending his best friend, and they know that. But it's just, my kids are always getting in trouble for trying to take care of other people. It's weird. They have this weird thing. Like, they're a lot kinder than I was when I was a kid. They're like, I've had my son walk in, like siblings fighting, and he doesn't even know them and gotten in between them.
So hey, you guys got to stop.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, hey, the bigger brother, like telling him, hey, stop it. Like, leave him alone, kind of a thing. I'm like, Ethan, you got to pick your battles, dude.
Oh, that's not your fight.
Yeah, you got to pick your battles, because one of these days, that's only going to hurt you, and you don't even know this guy. Especially nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these kids, like, they're getting younger and younger, recruiting and all this crap. Like, these small towns are going to heck because of it. Yeah, I think as a parent,
that's tough. That's
Yeah.
definitely tough.
yeah. And my parents were never involved in my school.
Yeah.
So, like, I never had that. I never really had any kind of inclusion. So I kind of just always did my own thing. I was always in trouble in school too. But typically it was because I didn't do homework or...
But I think at the end of the day, that's what made you a great dad, because you broke that chain, It could have been, you could have stuck like, hey, my parents, they weren't involved.
Yeah.
I came out fine. My kids, I don't need to be that involved. They'll grow up fine. And you're like, no, I need to be this for them.
Exactly. So, like, that's my biggest thing, is trying to get them to know they have somebody that they can go to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like me, I never went to my parents for anything.
Yeah.
I was more involved with, like, my friends. My family was never really there either. Like I said, I grew up with one of my sisters, but she was a couple years older than me, didn't really pay much attention. So me and my family were kind of like separate. But my friends, I had a couple really good friends. And one of them actually lives right here, right there on the corner of that corner sack. He was like my best friend growing up. Fabio Oliveira.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because I interviewed him like 2-3 weeks ago. Damn it. I could have had both of you here together. You know what? For season 2, I'll get you guys both together.
That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember
He's such a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Solid dude.
So when I was a kid, I guess I had gone to his house, because I was always barefoot as a kid. And I guess I had gone to his house randomly and told him if he wanted to play video games. I guess that's kind of how we met.
No way.
Yeah, he lived right behind me.
Okay.
Growing up in San Luis, I grew up in this little alley in a single wide trailer, and he grew up in the house behind me.
Oh, nice.
And it was just, yeah, he was like one of my best friends. Him, he has 2 brothers and a sister. We were always been pretty close, like my own siblings,
That's cool. Heck yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think you're a good enough dad?
No, I think I could be better. I think there's plenty of things that I could change, that I should be. It's hard, especially with like the lifestyle that we live. Always working, trying to get ahead.
Okay.
Like, I do spend a lot of time with them, but I am tired. The more you put into the child, the more you get out of him, the more life experiences he's going to have. I try not to baby my kids, but I tend to, I don't want to say spoil them, but I do notice that I do a lot for them. Like when I was a kid, I used to have to, we didn't have like, we lived off of propane, I guess. And
Okay.
we were like really poor growing up. So like me growing up, I had to pretty much we go to, I don't know if you know PatCon truss. I guess it's like a wood. They do 2x4s and all that stuff. So the ends, they leave them out for people to grab and burn, right? It's all pine wood. Like we would go over there, get whatever ends we could. And we have this pretty much like a wood stove outside. And so I would build blocks. So we'd just nail them together and so that my mom would be able to sleep at night for a couple hours and then have to go out and put wood on it again to keep the house warm or the trailer warm. So we'd do that, or we'd go out to the fields and you see where they pull up all the vineyards and they had those big old pile of like the grape steaks. We'd pretty much load up the truck with those and then I'd have to go home and cut them up so they fit in there. And that was like a thing that my dad always made me do is I was always cutting wood and stuff. And so there was times where like we didn't, like I said, when my dad wasn't working and stuff, like we wouldn't have propane. We always pretty much had electricity because my grandma paid for it. So we lived on her property in a single wide trailer, but the electricity I think was taken care of by her. But when I was a kid, we'd like all my clothes would always smell like smoke because we never had a dryer. All our stuff was hung on a clothesline. We'd have to heat up water like over a fire in order to like take baths and stuff. When I was a kid for a while, like I was super embarrassed to go to school because everything smelled like smoke. Everything was like one size too big. It was just, it sucks. But that I kind of don't, my kids don't have to go through that. Like that was one of my biggest goals was to make sure that my kids didn't have to be raised the way I was. But I still feel like there's certain aspects that I could be doing better. Like I should probably be a little bit more strict with them. Typically, like, you know how good your kid is, you know? And I'm not going to say there's always two sides to every story. Every kid's going to be different. Every kid's going to act better with their parents or sweeter. And then when they're out with their friends, they act a completely different way. I get it. But like my kids have always been like pretty decent, at least. Like my kids, they do not say cuss words. And I curse, you know? I catch myself cursing all the time. They get me in trouble. But they won't say it. And it's weird. Even though he's 11, he still doesn't say curse words. There was one time my son actually, him and a couple other kids from the neighborhood, they went and ding-dong ditched one of these houses. So I talked to my son when I heard about it. And I kind of got him in trouble for it. I was like, dude, I get it when it's like your friend. Like if he would have done it to his Nino Fabio, that would have been fine. It would have been funny. But he did it to his random family. So I told him, go apologize, you know? And I went with him. He went to knock. Nobody was there to begin with. So he got lucky. But two of his cousins actually spent the night the other day. And he was talking about, oh, well, Moshi's wants me to go ding dong ditch. And so does Dila. And I was like, you know you're not supposed to do that. He's like, I know. I already told them. And Moshi's was telling me, come on, your dad's not here because we weren't there at the time. We had gone out, me and my wife. And he's like, no, I promised my dad I wouldn't do that. And he like kept his word to it. And he told me that over the phone. I was like, dude, you know? And so when he does those kind of things, I tend to like, even though he messed up, like ground him for a day.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever been grounded for more than a day. But it's just because I know his personality and he means well. He makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And he gets in trouble for them. But for the most part, I know he's a decent kid. Like he has decent manners. Like that's a big thing with me and my family too. Like I hate when people don't have manners. I hate when people don't say excuse me. That's why I couldn't live in a big city. Big cities, I just don't think I could ever do it because people walk through people. And I hate it. Like I try to acknowledge everybody. Even if I'm like not walking through you, like I'll say excuse me or smile. And
Yeah.
anything like that.
I think a smile goes a long way.
Yeah. But nowadays, I don't know, man. You say excuse me, the person looks at you like, why are you even saying that? It's like pointless nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like people with blinkers. Most
Okay.
people don't use them, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I should use them more often.
yeah.
I should definitely.
You know what? I caught myself getting into that mentality. Well, nobody else uses them. Why should I?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But at the end of the day, I started getting more, especially like since where I work, I get pride in doing more for people, and I get caught up because I'm always trying to go like the extra mile for these guys. Like I'm just a mechanic. Well, everybody says I say I'm just a mechanic, but they've always pushed it where like no, like firefighters, right?
Yeah.
So firefighters, yeah, they're there to save people, you know, but how did they get there? You know, without the mechanics here keeping their stuff running, they can't make that call.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get there. So that's a big thing to me, is trying to keep things in service and make sure these guys can go do what they need to do, keeping them safe as well, making sure their stuff's maintained, and make sure that I don't have to worry about my guy running out there, getting a flat tire, or losing a tire while he's driving, or something happens to his vehicle, you know? Because I've had it happen once where they blame something else on the vehicle. But right here locally at Williams Hill Fire, I had one of my engineers, for some reason, he went to put his transfer case in 4-wheel drive and it locked up. He went into neutral and he couldn't move it. The fire caught up to him.
Oh,
They had
no
to
way.
fight it right there. Yeah, they fought it around him. A couple of them got burnt. Some of them just, it was bad. So when I got there, that was actually my job, was to go get that vehicle out of there. You just see them, you know, laying there, and it just felt horrible. And so it's like, I don't want that to ever happen again. I'm not saying it was my fault, but I don't want that situation to ever happen to me.
You're like, I couldn't live
Because
with
it's
that.
like, dude, people's lives, like, they're kind of like rely on firefighters and police officers and stuff, but who's taking care of them? You know, like, we need to make sure. I think I take it personally. Like, I need to make sure that these guys are good too. I want to make sure that all my equipment works. If they get caught in that situation again, they know that their pump's going to work, and they're going to be able to at least protect themselves to the point where they don't get burnt over.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that one. Like, I just, dude, these jobs, man, I take a lot of pride in them.
Good. And I see that's something that you're passing on.
Yeah. So me and my kid and my son, I've always tried to teach him that. Like I said, say you're gonna do something, do it. Don't be lazy. Like, even if you feel lazy, just go do it. You might as well. You know, to procrastinate just makes it worse. Don't lie. That's my biggest thing too, is do not lie to me. I can understand that people make mistakes. Kids are going to make mistakes. People in general are not perfect, you know? No one's perfect, only God. So it's one of those things where I've always told him, and he's gone, and it's good that he's done it, him and his sister. They've always been like, they'll tell me the truth, and they're worried about getting in trouble, and yet they will get in trouble, but it's not like I'm super mad at them. Yeah. I'm proud that they told me the truth, and we just handle the situation. It's when kids lie. If my kids were to lie to me, that's when we had the problem. That's when it kind of breaks that trust, and so you don't know whether it was your kid or not.
Have they noticed the difference of, like, I should lie to dad or I should tell dad the truth?
Yeah, because my daughter, when she was smaller, she kind of tried to, like, keep little secrets. Like, there was one, I don't remember exactly what happened, but Ethan, oh, you know what? Yeah, I do. It was that little Animal Crossing game on his VR. So my daughter, she ended up buying a VR too with like her birthday money. And we ended up returning it. She ended up not caring for it, but because her brother had one. And then I think it's dumb, but my son named his character that he moves around with, Diddy. And he was chasing other kids, right?
Oh.
And then my daughter tried to be like, oh yeah, there was this boy who was like named his character this and was chasing people. You know, like it was her brother, you know? And I get it, dude. He's an 11-year-old boy, and they're going to joke about this stuff. But it was just one of those things where she's trying to like lie about it.
Yeah.
And that's when I've told her, like, no, dude, like, you need to tell me the truth. It was Ethan, huh? She's like, yeah, but I didn't want to get him in trouble. It's like, dude, just don't lie to me. Yeah. That's the part that kind of frustrates me the most, is when you lie. Because I need to be able to trust you. I need to be able to be like, hey, Aria, what happened? And so I can have your back. Because I told him, I'll always have your guys' back. Just do not lie to me. I'll go to the end of the world for you, man. Like, I will fight. Like, your mom won't. Your mom's super quiet. Your mom, she's over there and she's just kind of like watching us. You know, I'm sure if it came down to it, but my wife usually just lets me handle everything. And it's not even like a gender role, or it's not really like I feel like, oh, I'm the man of the house. It's just one of those things where, yeah, I've always have to take care of everything.
That's cool.
At least in that aspect.
Yeah,
Mom's great, dude. She's a great wife. I mean, she since we've been together, man, she's always cooked dinner for me. She's always cooked. I mean, she always had my coffee ready in the morning, made my lunch for me to go. Like, she's just like that perfect wife, man. She's always had everything set up. She's always gone out like the extra mile to try to make me happy too.
Okay.
And that's why most of my life is actually focused on her and the kids, just because it's like they're the ones who need me. And I want to make sure that at the end of the day, I gave them everything I could.
Well, comparing yourself to your wife, where the next question would be like, are you the fun parent or the strict parent?
It's kind of weird, actually. I want to say both.
Okay.
So, like, my kids typically, like, when it comes down to hanging out with one of us, they always choose me.
Oh, okay.
So my wife is really quiet. My wife's family, they came straight from Mexico to my wife. And she's, like, her family isn't very, they don't show love like I do.
Would you say you're more affectionate?
Correct.
Okay.
So, like, me personally, like, I always tell my kids that I love them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell them I love you. I give them a kiss before we go into bed. I tuck them in still. And it's like, their mom does too, you know? And I've always told my wife, I've always been really open about saying, like, I love you to my wife and kids, because that's just something when I was a kid, like, I started thinking about. And it's like, dude, what if I'm gone tomorrow? You know, does he know? Do they know? And so that was a big thing to me. So, like, I say it to my parents still and stuff. It took a long time, don't get me wrong, because I was never really raised like that either. But I remember one time we were sitting up in Idaho with my grandma and my great aunt, her sister. And my great aunt kind of like, we probably could have done that too. Like, it probably would have been a good thing for us to do, like what you guys are doing. I'm like, I didn't understand at first. And
Oh, no
like,
way.
about telling each other that we love each other all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think we always knew, but we never really said it, you know? And so, like, me and my kids say it all the time. No problem. Like, every time we hang up on the phone, like, you better say I love you and goodbye. Don't just click. And so they know that. And my daughter's super affectionate with me. But, like, if we're out and about, they always go with Dad. Hey, we're going to Target. Mom's going to go do her thing, you know? And, yeah, can I go with Dad? Can I go with Dad?
No way.
Yeah.
I think you're more of the fun parent.
Yeah, but also when it comes down to it, they're always like, dude, like, I don't want Dad to find out. Like, Mom, can you not tell Dad? You know?
Yeah.
And Mom always tells me. We're, like I said,
course.
me and my wife have always been super close. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, because a lot of people would say, like, oh, you're a mandilon. You just hang around your wife all day. Like, your wife doesn't
There's
let
nothing
you
wrong
out.
with that, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. My thing is, I think I just rather hang out with her. You know, it's not really that I want to, like, I listen to her, but my thing was, and I've had a conversation with this in the past, it was more like, okay, if you don't want to have to listen to somebody else, like somebody else's opinion, or have to worry about what somebody wants you to do, then don't get married. So, like, if you're married to me and you're going to go do something, I'm going to have an opinion about it. Whether I like it or not, and I'm typically very supportive of my wife. There's something she wants to do. Like, we started going to church a lot more. There's pretty much anything that she wants to do, I'm supportive of. But my thing is, a lot of these people nowadays are like, well, I have my life, she has hers. Yeah, we're married, but I'm still going to go hang out with my friends. I'm still going to go do this. And
Yeah.
it's like, I have friends. I say hi and bye all the time, you know? But my thing is, I always hang out with my wife because, to be honest, she's like my favorite person.
Yeah.
She's someone I talk to that I'm comfortable around being with. Like, I always told her, like, you're like the only person I can hang around all day and not be tired of. And so for us, it's like, I try to take into consideration pretty much what I do. Like, how would it affect her? How is she going to feel about if I were to go out, like, for a couple hours with my friends and drink or something?
Okay.
I don't drink anymore, but it was just one of those things. How is she going to feel about it? Would I like her doing it? And that's what I always told my wife too. Like, if there's anything that I ask you, you can ask me. Like, I will never ask you for anything that you can't ask of me. So that's like a big thing to me. I don't want to be a hypocrite, and I understand where they're coming from. And so, like I said, like if you don't want to have like worry about somebody else's opinion or how they're gonna feel about something, or don't get married. That's all there is to it.
Okay. But also, excuse me, like when do you find time for yourself?
Work.
Okay.
No, well, typically it's kind of nice the way it works out because I'm on a 4-10 schedule. And so typically during the off season, I have weekends off. So Saturday, Sunday, wife and kids. Monday, I have off, which typically I do side work.
Okay.
I'm almost always working, but it's at my own pace. It's at home or in my own town. You know, I can still, availability wise, I can go out, do whatever I want to do. I'm just working on stuff. But my time is typically when I'm picking up, like in the garage, doing something, helping out, cleaning around the house, cutting the lawn. Like, those are things I enjoy. I feel like I turned into an old man already.
Ooh.
You know, like I enjoy cutting the yard.
Yeah,
I take my time. I cut the hedge. I cut
Edge
the
it, make it nice and pretty.
I try. But it's I don't really have me time because I don't really care for it. You know, like sometimes I want a break, and usually my breaks are when everybody goes to sleep, stay up for like an hour, do my own thing, and then end up passing out.
Okay.
But
that's how I mean, you found you time.
yeah.
And sometimes it's when everybody's asleep or.
So my thing is too, like, I don't really care for it. Like, I'm not a big person like going out and partying and stuff like that where I want to be around people. But like when I'm around my wife, I don't really care that she's there. You know, the kids go to sleep and we're together. It's like, doesn't bother me none. I don't really think about myself anymore. I think that happened with just having kids and knowing like my wife, the ways that she is and how like good she's always been to me. It's like, I don't care about myself. I don't know if that's kind of like a hard way of saying it. Like I go to a pain specialist every month, and they put me on prescriptions and stuff like that. And I just told her too, I was like, dude, as long as the body lasts these 30 years to get her my retirement, I'm good. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. That's the only thing I cared about is to make sure that she's taken care of. Yeah. I don't see it like that. I see it as like, she's a good woman. She deserves to be taken care of. My job is to take care of that family. They are my priority. And I've told, it kind of sounds rude, but I've told my parents, I told my siblings too, like at the end of the day, like if something were to happen, they're going to get taken care of before you guys. I'm sorry. But I promised her when I put a ring on it that I was going to protect her. I was going to take care of her for the rest of my life.
That's the promise. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not, no matter what, whatever she says will always come first, regardless of whether I understand you're my parents, I understand you're my family, but I'm sorry, but she will always come first. Her and those kids.
Now, do you see yourself within your kids? Yeah. Like special traits or characteristics?
I want to say with my son more than my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my son, everybody says he looks like me, especially when I was a kid, like a little twin. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird because my wife's family, like her genes are like really strong. Like my kids, they didn't get my colored eyes, you know? Everybody on my side of the family has colored eyes. My sister has blue. My brother has blue. My mom has green. My dad has like a really light brown. No, I couldn't get it, you know? But my son, he kind of, I could see him like me in the beginning is because he had a lot of energy. And then now it's more like video games and hanging out with his friends. And like the things that he likes are kind of like the things that I used to like when I was a kid.
Okay.
And his attitude, procrastinating. Like I see more in him. My daughter, she's kind of like, I want to say like one of my sisters, like tomboyish, you know, always want to hang out with like the boys kind of a thing.
Oh, I always see her out with the boys.
Yeah, it's because like, I mean, there's no real girls around her age too, and it's hard, but she always wants to be around her brother. Like she loves her brother. So dude, she will write him notes. Like Ethan, I love you. I will always be there for you. Stuff like that.
No
like
way.
she is like dedicated to him. Yeah, they fight,
Yeah.
but she loves her brother.
That's awesome.
And I think it's kind of hard because he's older. So I think like he tends to get tired of her. Like it's not that he doesn't love her, but it's easy for him to get tired of her because she's not old enough to do certain things or she's not as good at things. And so he can't do what he wants to do. Or we kind of force him to have to do things with her. And he gets bothered by that. You know, like it's, Ethan, go play with your sister for a while. Or Ethan, go take the crazy carts with your sister. Go ride or do something with her. Or get
Spend
out.
some
You know,
time.
you want to go hang out with your friends? We'll take your sister with you. You know, and thank God we live in this neighborhood. This is the whole reason why I moved here. So I don't have to worry about that. It kind of reminded me of San Lucas because you can walk in the street. You know, you don't have to worry about anything like that. It's such a small town. Everybody knows you. So if they see you, like your parents will get a phone call. It's one of those things. Like I remember I broke my finger and the guy who lived next to school was already calling my dad. Yeah, your son was coming by cussing up a storm and
No
there's something
way.
going on. He's coming home. Yeah, it's just one of those things. And
It's
My-
funny you say that because that's what sold me to the neighborhood. The kids.
yeah,
Everybody's out playing. Kids are being kids, and I was like, this is where I want my kids raised. Jeremy, what advice would you give to a new dad?
I think just don't be scared. You know, like it'll work itself out. I mean, that kid, he's going to grow up either with or without you, but he will always be better with you. I don't care what kind of a person you think you are. He needs you. I think you should. I ran. I was scared and I came back, but that was a life lesson that I learned. And just don't be scared. Be there for that child. That he needs you. He needs that father figure.
Jeremy, thank you for coming over.
Definitely.
I'm a huge Hot Wheel collector, so I know your son likes Hot Wheels. You can get one for yourself and one for your son.
Copy. Yeah, you know what? When we're whenever I go to O'Reilly's, when he goes with me, he always has to pick one out. So no, it's gonna be my daughter's gonna have to have it. That's something. How you doing? Look at that. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, my kids are gonna love it.
Going to what she said, how long did it take to redo the kitchen?
Still not done.
Oh,